Okay, so this is going to start to become a weekly thing because there is only 3 weeks left um, of the regular season. I'm going to do one for week 16 at the end of week 16, and then I will do one for the end of week 17. Or, well, no, I guess it's going to show who's in. So we'll do something else for week 17. So I'm going to do one for week 15, which is this one here. We're going to do one for week 16, and then week 17 we'll see who we have clinch the playoff spot, who didn't. So this one I'm going to specifically look at the NFC. So I'm going to look at the right-hand side of the screen. I believe the Chiefs are the only ones that have actually secured a playoff spot in the top 7. I believe. Yeah, I think so. I know that there's a couple teams that got eliminated down here. Here. There's 5 teams that got eliminated down here. I mean, this is basically the draft pick. Jets 1, Jags 2, Cincinnati's at 3 right now. Falcons at 4, Chargers at 5. Wait. But oh no, wait, the Chargers did 1, didn't they? Okay, yeah. Yep. And then Houston is at 5. So we're going to specifically look at, again, the NFC side over here for now because there's more I want to talk about. I want to talk about kind of zone in kind of on the Packers here. But I'm also going to look at the top 4. So right now the top 4 would be the Packers in the NFC North, Saints in the NFC South at 2, Rams in the NFC West at 3, and then Washington football team in the NFC West. I think I said East before. And then Washington football team 4th in the East. Washington, what do they have a lead? Okay, so they're a game ahead of the Giants, 2 games ahead of the Eagles, and technically 2 games ahead of the Cowboys too. So, I mean, the Giants can get back into this. I mean, the Eagles can too. They have to win out, and Washington has to probably lose at least 2 games. But with the Giants being 1 game behind, if Washington loses, Giants are the tiebreaker there. So I can't talk about too much about this because, again, the Giants are still in their tails and they still have the tiebreakers. And if Washington loses 1 more game and the Giants win out, we're going to see the Giants in 4th. Rams at 3 again. This one's kind of hard to talk about too. So if you look at their schedule, so they have Seattle week 16. Obviously, this one's going to be a dub. This is basically a dub. Jets are basically going to go 0-16 this season. So this game right here, they have already beat Seattle once before. But the way the playoffs work, at least my understanding of it, is they go by the most recent divisional matchup. So because Seattle is, what are they, tied for record? Where are they? Are they out? Oh, no. Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, wait, what? Okay, so they're at 5. So 9-4 there. 9-4. So they're tied for the record. So again, the Rams hold the tiebreaker. So if, because what's the Cardinals at? Oh, Cardinals are, okay. Cardinals are almost out. How many teams? They're 1 game ahead of Minnesota and Chicago. Yeah, okay, yeah. So again, it's probably like between Seahawks and Rams for the West here. I don't think either one will get above the Packers or the Saints. I think Saints and Packers are going to fight for that number 1 and number 2 seed. I think 3 and 4 are set. Obviously, 4 is set. The East is set. I mean, no one has anywhere close to 9 wins in the East. But I think the West is set too. I think what it's going to come down to is these 2 teams, who's going to get the bye, who's going to have to play on the wild card weekend. If it ended right now, Packers would get the bye, Saints would have to play in the wild card weekend. But again, we still have 3 more weeks here of this. We're going back to the Rams here. So they hold again the tiebreaker here, but they do face them again. So if they beat Seattle, I think you can almost wrap up the division for them. I really think you can. Arizona again, they're gonna be fighting for a playoff spot right now. They're in the 7th. They need, to keep pace with at least the Bucks, you probably got to win out almost to at least stay in the playoffs. Because again, you got to stay ahead of the Vikings, stay ahead of the Bears. I think Bears have the Packers coming up. and I forget who else. I think Bears, it might be really hard to win. Vikings, I know they have the Lions coming up. I don't remember their other two games, so they could sneak in and beat Arizona out for that 7th seed. I do think Seattle and the Bucs are locked in at 5 and 6 again, unless somehow the Bucs drop 2 games, and either Minnesota or Arizona wins out. I think Bucs are locked in at 6 again. So I think 6 through basically 3 are basically locked in again. It's probably going to switch if Seattle wins. It'll just switch here, and Rams will be in the 5th seed. So it just depends on that. Now moving over to the Saints. So the Saints' last 3 games, no thanks. They have the Chiefs here. This one is going to be the one that Packer fans are going to watch, pay close attention to. This is a really big game for the Saints. If they lose this and fall a game behind the Packers, that almost seals the deal for second place here. Right now, the Packers are only in first because we did beat the Saints earlier in the season. If it was a later in the season matchup, I think, the Saints could have won that because, their defense has gotten really good. If you lose here, then, I don't want to call these 2 W's because, Minnesota can give you trouble. And Carolina, I don't know what I don't know what's going on with them. They go from almost beating the Chiefs to sucking. This is any given Sunday for them. But switching over to the Packers here. So obviously we play the Carolina Panthers next, which is Saturday, and then Saints will play Sunday. But this game right here could give us trouble too. So if Saints lose to the Chiefs and we lose to the Titans and we beat Carolina and the Bears and then they beat Minnesota and the Panthers, this is how it's going to look right here. It's going to stay these 2 right here because, again, we have the matchup head-to-head. We are basically leading by half a game only. If Saints win here and if the Packers end up losing to the Titans, again, I think this is the game that's going to give us the most trouble. We've already shown that, we can handle the Bears. If we win these 2 games, and the Saints, lose here and then, win here, I think it's almost a guarantee that we bench everyone for week 17, which would mean that no matter what happens, Saints are gonna get the 2nd seed because of that tiebreaker. Now again, if the Saints beat out Kansas City Chiefs and we lose this game. Oh, no, wait, sorry. I'm sorry. If we drop at least 2 games and Saints win here and win out and we drop at least the Titans, then the Packers are going to move into the 2nd seed and fall a game behind. Again, that tiebreaker is going to be a big deal for these last 3 games. If, both teams lose 1 game, it's basically the Packers' Packers 1 seed to lose. If the Packers lose 1 and the Saints don't, then it's going to go over to the Saints, and the Saints are going to become the number 1 seed. So this game right here is going to be really interesting to watch, and this game right here for the Packers is going to be really interesting to watch too. These 2 are the biggest games I think that could affect this. Now, again, like I said before, I think 3 and 4 are locked. The worst the Saints and the Packers can get is 3 or 4. We already have the North, and Saints already have the South. They swept the Bucs earlier in the season, and they basically locked up the South, with beating the Bucs. So the worst we can fall is 3. I know I said 3 or 4 before, but you literally you can't get down to 4 because Washington is just they don't have enough wins. Even if they win out, I still don't think that they get that 3 seed, that 3rd seed, at all. So the worst that can happen is one of the 2 teams fall to the 2nd or 3rd seed, and then the other one would probably be in the 1st or the 2nd. Now Rams, again, I want to highlight the Rams again because obviously this one is a dub. You can basically call this a bye week, a 2nd bye week is what you can basically call this. Jets are tanking again. They are 0-12 right now, 0-13 right now. They are going for the 0-16 season. They have Rams, they have Steelers coming up, and then is it the Bengals? I don't. Can I? No, I can't. Um. Well, this. Can I get to their? No, I probably can't. Okay. All right, let's go back here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, it's basically a bye week for the Rams. Week 15. Um, but if they win out, so this is 3 wins right here. So right now they have 9-4, so 12 wins right here. So again, if Rams win out, Packers drop a game. Packers drop a game. Saints drop a game. Then we have 3 teams at 12-4. Now, I don't fully know how that would affect the Rams because again, we have the tiebreak here, but I don't even think the Saints played the Rams. Let me check. I don't think they have. No, they didn't. Okay, so I don't exactly know how the Rams. They can obviously move in the first if they tie. I don't exactly know how that is. I wonder if it's because who the. Okay, well they beat the Bucks. But and they played Seattle twice. They did beat Chicago, so maybe. No, but the Packers. Well, I guess again it would determine this game right here. So if maybe the Packers lose here against Chicago. I think the Saints lost to Chicago too, didn't they? No, they won by a last second field goal. So I'm gonna have to look more into it, but the Rams can technically still get the 1 seed. But again, you have to win out, and then both teams have to drop 1 game. Again, if the Saints don't drop a game at all and win against Kansas City, and the Packers win against the Titans, I mean, there's no way that the Rams skip the 1 seed. Now, I'm gonna have to look more into what games go into that if we have a 3-way tie. Because again, these two, I mean, we played each other. I don't know what happens with the Rams because they haven't played either team. So I'll do another video, and that'll probably come out later this week. And I'll try to figure out that because there's probably a lot more that goes into it. Here, actually, you know what? There's tie. I didn't even think there's tiebreakers right here. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, so if they tie, so we can ignore that with the second best record. Wait, okay. Never mind. Okay, well, okay, they didn't update it for week or for 7th. This is just what this is just what seed you get. Yeah, so tie games. So how to break down a tie? That's not within the division. Again, they didn't play each other. Best win-loss percent. Oh no, because I guess that's tied. And common games played within division. I don't think we played any. Oh, we played the Niners. That's from the West. That's the only West team we played. Yeah. Okay. And then I think the Saints. Saints played the Niners. I know that for sure. I don't think they played anyone else either. Yeah. Okay. So I wonder if that I missed it. Did the Saints win? I don't remember. Yeah. Okay. They did win. Oh, they lost to the Niners. Okay, so maybe they can't because if they go off of because again, both teams have played the Niners, so maybe there isn't a way for in common game because I think Niners would be considered common game because the Niners swept the Rams. I don't know if there's a way that the Rams can actually get into first place. Yeah, best win percentage game played within a conference. Again, it's only the Niners with both teams have played. So, okay, so maybe you can't. Maybe the Rams don't really have a shot at the number 1 seed, even if they go 12-4. Yeah, combined rankings. in points scored and points allowed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So going through this list. If all else fails, coin toss. Yeah. Okay. So, because again, this is probably for division leaders because this looks like it's for a wild card. So, yeah, division leaders. So I guess because again, like they played the Niners, both teams won the beat the Niners, and Rams lost to the Niners. Again, they. Well, no, I guess Saints kind of beat them out pretty good. But again, Packers have that tiebreaker over them. So, okay, so I don't think there actually is a way for the Rams to get that number 1 seed. The more I look into this, I don't think so. If there is, I will make another video. Again, it's this is a lot to dissect because there's a lot to go in it. If that happens. Now, again, from what I have read, it doesn't look like it. If there's more information to come across or something that better details it, I will make another video on that and post that. I'll probably get that out this week because again, this is talking about the week 15. Again, I mean, no one's going to 4. I think I don't think anyone is going to 4. So being a game behind the Packers and Saints, I mean, you literally have to win out, which isn't that hard. You've already beaten Seattle. Have they beat the Cardinals? They did beat the Cardinals. Okay, so I mean, it's not that hard to go. Win out and get 12 wins. But you need both teams to lose a game. So, I mean, this is if you're a Rams fan, you're looking at this game right here for the Packers, and you're looking at this game right here for the Saints. But again, I don't think, even with a 3-way tie, I think it's these two are going to stay put in the top 2 spots. But again, I will make another video talking about that. And then I will also have another video talking about the AFC. So I'm going to kind of split these up into 2 because, again, it's much easier to talk about more division because I can go more in depth. Obviously, there was big shakeups when the Steelers lost to the Bills. So that is, why we're going to make these a weekly thing. It's only going to be 2 more weeks. Because, again, by the end of week 17, we'll know who's in and who's not. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. The 7 teams that are in the playoffs right now are the Cardinals, the Bucks, the Seahawks, the Washington football team, the Rams, the Saints, and the Packers. Again, this is week 15. I'll probably put up, the next day after I put this up, I'll put the AFC one up the next day too. So we'll talk about that in the next video I put up. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Like the video, share the video around, don't forget to subscribe, and we're out of here. Peace.